What it is and what's good, y'all. Welcome back to 280 Plus, the social media podcast that takes the conversations off the timeline. We go beyond the tweets. I'm your host, Los Def, and I'm here, man, with a real special guest. But before I let him introduce himself, I need y'all to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. If y'all see, man, we are exclusively in Universole. You know what I'm saying? And yo, brother, introduce yourself, man.
Say my name.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, however.
I'm Leander. I go by LT.
Okay.
Born and raised in Lancaster, Pennsylvania, where the store is, downtown Lancaster. Yeah, man. What else? How else do I introduce myself?
It don't matter, man. Yo, store owner. You know what I mean? Sneakerhead. I mean, this guy. I knew him for a while. I knew you as you was an athlete at one point in time.
Yeah.
I mean, personal.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Are you washed up now?
I'm feeling my age.
You still get in those basketball leagues and stuff like that, right?
It's been a while. It's been like almost a year since I played basketball, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Snap. Yeah, I mean.
Had some tendonitis to my knee.
Oh, for real?
Both my knees.
Dang.
Yeah, man. So take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Stretch.
Yeah.
Stretch for sure.
Yeah. You was a model too for a little bit, man.
Chill.
Yeah, I mean, I remember you was on that what ad? Remember that grocery ad?
Wise to go?
Yeah. How'd you get that opportunity, man?
Yeah. So I met this photographer a couple years back who was starting a talent agency.
Okay.
And, it was during COVID, and she was just reaching out to, I guess, people in her contacts.
Yeah.
And was just like, hey, I'm starting this agency. Can I do some headshots of you? Free of charge.
Okay.
And, if you book a gig, cool. Like, she takes her cut, and, you're now a quote unquote model.
Okay.
Or your talent.
Okay.
Your talent. So it could be video shoots, it could be commercials, it could be photo shoots for a magazine. Possibilities are endless. But.
Have you done anything else other than Wise to Go? Or?
Yeah. So
okay.
I did a couple. I did like a video promotion for like this smokeless fire pit. I've done. There's a company called the Websterant Store. It's pretty big around here.
Okay.
It was like for a high end disposable dinnerware for like weddings.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's like I've done hand modeling. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, I've looked at a lot of stuff with her. So
okay, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. So I mean, a little well-rounded guy though, man. Overall, right?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
So, all right, man. So, I mean, we are exclusively in a sneaker store, man. We're going to get into all these sneakers and just, the business model and just everything that you got going on, man. But, let's kind of go through some headlines and just some stuff that's kind of, like, shaking right now, man, on social media. And, so you're I know you're a basketball fan.
Yeah, for sure.
Big basketball fan.
Yeah.
And, so right now, this is, like, it's adjacent to basketball. It's not really a basketball story, but the boy from Boston, man, Ime Udoka. You been hearing about him, man?
I have, yeah.
Yeah, man. So, he's kind of in hot water right now, suspended for a year.
It's official?
I think the year is official, but then they're saying they don't know if they're going to bring him back yet, whatever. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, yeah, I mean, because, he had a relationship with somebody that he wasn't supposed to have a relationship with. And, everybody's, like, up in arms, whatever. But one of the narratives, though, people were talking about, because, he was with Nia Long, whatever, and people just think it's, like, crazy. Like, yo, what are you doing? Like, how could you?
Oh, that's his girl now.
Yeah, Nia Long has been his fiance for the last 10 years.
Wow.
Oh, so that changes things.
I did not know that.
That changes things.
I mean, nah. I mean, it changes. It doesn't change, that I feel like the punishment is harsh.
Okay.
But, yeah, Nia Long, wow.
Yeah, Nia Long. And it's crazy because, I think some people were wondering, like, do you think that, so why do you think the punishment is too harsh, I guess? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, so, I mean, like, my brother, he talks about how, I guess, Phil Jackson was in a relationship with Jeannie Buss back in the day.
Oh.
And, while he was coaching, no punishment from that.
Yeah.
And then Stephen A. Smith was talking about how he's like, I know plenty of white executives who do this on a regular, and it's never come to light. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for Boston to leak that information themselves, I mean, it's kind of fishy. I mean,
Yeah,
they just came from the champion.
I know,
the
right?
championship last year. I mean,
Yeah, he got him to that point.
right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. It's weird. I mean, I think that's something that could have been handled in house for sure. And then a year for a consensual relationship.
Yeah. They say it's improper. I guess because if you think about Jeannie Buss, wasn't she ahead of Phil though? Like she's higher ranking than Phil would be. I mean, I guess this person was lower ranking than him. So like I think there's always that gray area. Like
somebody's gonna be higher ranking in those organizations, right?
Yeah, true. But I think the kicker is though, and this is alleged. We don't know for sure, but like apparently the person he had a consensual relationship with is the wife of a employee that might be higher than him even. So it's like it seems like it's personal a little bit.
That's Boston's fault for hiring people in relationships. You know what I mean? Like stop hiring husbands and wives and
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Nah, I feel you. But yeah, one of the just and also too with Nia, I know a lot of people are shocked because it's like, yo, you was with Nia Long, like, I mean, what you doing, whatever. But like I'm like, I don't know. I don't really like to judge guys for what they do, like in terms of that. Like that's their business. Like we don't even know Nia Long. Like we don't know what kind of what I mean.
We don't.
Like their relationship and all that. So whatever. Like I know it is a wild thing because we all love Nia, but it happens, man, to the best of them. Man.
Has she spoken up about it?
Yeah. So like she was about to get a house in Boston, whatever. And I heard this is what I read too. Like the person that he had this affair with. Like she was helping to with the arrangements, to set her up.
She was helping the
so it's like a little, It's some shade room type stuff going on right now, man. So hopefully they get to the bottom of it and maybe we get a reduction of punishment. But like you would just hate to see that like a team has to suffer because of some off the court stuff that's not illegal. You know what I mean?
Isn't the Suns coach or a Suns owner suspended for a year?
Yeah.
How's that equal? How's that an equal punishment?
I don't know. Because his was for like remarks.
Some what's the word? Misogynist.
Oh,
he's like some misogynistic.
Okay,
is that a word?
Yeah.
And then also racial. So like multiple. Infractions.
Okay.
And he got the same punishment.
Yeah. So yeah, I think the NBA, man, we got to look into that, man. Like what do you guys have a good structure in place to where the punishments meet the crime?
Players need to speak up, man. That's your coach.
Yeah.
Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown.
right.
Speak up.
All right. Let's switch it up, man. So kind of related to sneakers and things like that, man. He's an icon in this culture and just in fashion in general, man. Also music, but Kanye West, man. You know what I mean? So he always is in the headlines. And I talk about Kanye quite a bit, whatever, but and typically it's for some messy stuff, but actually this is like business related, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm actually team Kanye on this one, whatever.
Okay.
But so he's having all these different brand disputes. Did you hear about him terminating his deal with Gap?
Officially?
Yeah, like at least he's announcing that's what he wants to do. Whatever.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he's done with that, and then he made remarks that like I should leave Adidas too.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah. So I mean, what his gripe is the fact that like with Gap, they were like overpricing some of the stuff like with his name on it, like the Yeezy collection. He wanted low price items. He wanted stuff that cost like $20, whatever.
He did?
He did. That's at least what he said in the interview. Like candidly, he said that, and he said that Gap instead anything that was Yeezy collection, they were like marking it up to like 200.
Right.
But then they would steal like the prototype, the idea, and they would reproduce like a Gap style, just a Gap style shirt, and then sell it for $20, whatever.
Yeah.
So he's upset with that. And then same thing with Adidas, he's feeling like they're just kind of they're making decisions without him being actually involved, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously when he made these deals, I mean, we know he has a connection with Nike, whatever.
Right.
It didn't work out, I guess, and then he went to Adidas and he blew up, and apparently he says he accounts for 68% of their sales currently.
That's what he says.
I mean, that's what he says.
Right.
I mean, and so what it kind of goes back into though, like, is they're because they just did an interview with him. It goes back to this like Sway interview that he had like 10 years ago. And basically, when he was
The Houseway one?
yeah, How
Oh,
Sway,
okay.
yeah, How Sway comes from that. You know what I mean? Where he's like, How Sway. So Sway was basically suggesting like, yo, Kanye, like, I mean, you about to partner with these companies, like, why don't you just do it on your own, whatever, you know what I mean?
Right.
And he's like, he got mad, he was flipping, he's like, how, Sway, you ain't got all the answers.
Yeah, right.
You know what I mean? But then in an interview with Good Morning America, he actually said, yeah, Sway did have all the answers. Like, and
That is
I
full
never
circle.
heard Kanye kind of have that humility about himself, you know what I mean? Whatever. So, like, what do you think with Kanye? Like, do you think that just from the beginning he should have like just kind of started his own thing, or did he need that Adidas deal to kind of get him where he's at, or even Nike and all that?
So here's what I'm thinking. Kanye left Nike, right?
Yes.
For whatever reasons they
Yeah.
have been, because he wanted to still be in the sneaker game, so he went to Adidas. What I'm questioning is his negotiating skills for if you're leaving Nike, because I think it was also some of the similar reasons.
Okay, yeah.
Why aren't you negotiating terms that exactly what you want?
Yeah.
And from the beginning, Adidas can say yes or no, and then if not,
Yeah.
I'm sure somebody else would have loved to pick you up, or you would have realized back then Sway had the answers too.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
So it's
yeah.
like, you're Kanye West. You're mad because what I mean, the sneakers companies aren't giving you the creative freedom that you, I guess, are seeking or wanted or I guess were promised at some point.
Yeah.
But it just seems like somewhere along the lines that wasn't properly negotiated.
Okay.
And now he's mad about it.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it from another side.
Of
you know what I
course,
mean?
yeah.
Because we don't know what's going on behind
Nah.
those doors. We don't know, if Kanye's telling 100% of the truth.
yeah.
But yeah, and like in everything, someone's gonna copy you.
Yep.
I don't know why he thought Gap was gonna make a $20 Kanye hoodie, because
Yeah.
they're already making $20 hoodies. You know what I mean? So it's got to be more than that,
Yeah.
right? So
Yeah.
and then you're collabing with what, Balenciaga?
Yeah.
Was it a Balenciaga
Yep.
Gap collab as well?
Yep.
So when I saw that, I'm like, how much is that going to be? Like, that's not going to be cheap. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
So, especially for a store like mine where we resell those type of things.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, yeah, Kanye, you should have negotiated something better to get exactly what you want. And if not, do your own thing, man. I'm sure you have the following now, at least.
Yeah.
That people are going to.
Yeah, definitely. I think Nike was obviously the test run, you know what I mean? And then I think the Adidas deal was important for him because he's made a lot of his fortune now in the last like 5 or 6 years, like through that Adidas deal. But then I think with the Gap, I think even before that, I think he should have realized like, yo, I account for all these sales, whatever. Like people, you know how it is, man. People gravitate to anything that he puts out there, whatever.
Right.
But I think that should have been the launching point. So he didn't even need the Gap. He could have just started the Yeezy brand from like separate from any corporation,
Right.
and then did it. Because I'm just thinking, what do you expect? You know what I mean? Like
Right.
these companies are not making you an even partner. You know what I
Exactly.
mean? Like
Yeah.
you're still. He's not an employee. He's like a contractor, I guess, but. Still, like they obviously have more control than he negotiated or he realized. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
Yeah, man. I mean,
because like, do we buy Yeezys because they're Adidas?
no,
right? That's my point.
Yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
right.
Like, you know,
Exactly.
so-
That's a very good point.
Yeah.
What happened? Doesn't he have like a Calabasas brand? Was that separate or was that an Adidas?
I'm not sure.
Yeah. So I don't know if Scott Disick, you know who that is?
Yeah, that's the brother-in-law, right?
Right. He started his own brand.
Okay.
Talentless. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
No.
But he's just Scott Disick. I mean,
Yeah.
But like Kanye West can obviously do it.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's some underlying reasons why. Like, is he making excuses? Like, why does he not want to put in the work? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm just looking at it from a different side.
Yeah, no, I like that. I like that take. So yeah, man. Hopefully, we see what kind of the results of that. I want to see if he's gonna finish his a deal with Adidas. I guess it goes to like 2026, I think maybe.
Okay.
So we'll kind of see, and we'll kind of be updated with that.
Maybe Nike would pick him back up. I don't know.
Well, and that's the thing too. Like he was tweeting stuff or posting on Instagram, like him wearing Jordans and him wearing Nikes again, and then people were just speculating. And I guess they actually had an issue with that. Like, yo, you can't wear that. And he's like, yo, why can't I wear whatever I want? Like, I mean, I own the imprint of Yeezy. You know what I mean, through Adidas. But but I get it. at the same time,
Right.
you know. So, but you know, he's always doing something, you know, like a power move like that, you know, where it's like, and is he telling us the whole truth?
Right.
I mean, like,
I wish I had those problems though.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
I wish I had those problems.
Right. Yeah, those are definitely first world,
Right.
1%er problems. I mean,
Yeah.
that he's dealing with. Yeah, I mean, so that's good. That's good. All right, so let's switch it up, man. Let's talk about sneaker culture, man.
Okay.
So you know, I mean, obviously we're in a sneaker store, and I mean, this is dope, man. But like,
appreciate it.
right? You know what I mean? And like, so it's crazy how sneakers have kind of like evolved. You know what I mean, over the years. But like, let's just give us a little rundown of like, what's your history of like sneakers growing up? Like, were you one of those kids that had all the latest releases all the time, or you know? I know some people who like they didn't get to really start buying sneakers like and to this magnitude until they were an adult because maybe their parents couldn't afford to get them what they wanted, whatever. You know what I mean? So like, what was your what are your memories of? Like,
Yeah. So actually, my brother, who's actually my business partner here in the store,
okay,
he bought me my very first pair of Jordans. He's my older brother, and my dad did not buy me Jordans.
Yeah.
You know, I would get like one pair of shoes a year for school.
Yeah.
They were like and ones.
Oh.
So because I played basketball in like middle school, you know, elementary school, high school, the shoe that I usually got for the school year had to be versatile. It had to be a school shoe that matched with the uniform because we wore uniforms back then.
Okay.
And then it had to be a shoe that I could ball in as well.
Yeah.
So and ones were like, they were hot back then.
Yeah. Did you see that? Did you? Oh, you didn't see the doc?
I didn't see it.
The doc is good.
Okay. Is it like a behind the scenes type? Like,
yeah. It's on Netflix. It's called Untold, and they have a bunch of different episodes. They have like the Manti Te'o story.
I watched that.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So it's that imprint.
Oh, it's
so and one. So yeah, you know. So back in the day, that's that was just kind of what you had to work with.
Right, until my brother came along, and it was the. Well, yeah, I always look this year up because I think it was like 90 something, and the Jordan 15s came out.
That was the one with the briefcase.
Nah.
Oh.
It was the ones that like they were kind of like they weren't slip-ons, but it had like that triangle tongue. It had like the kind of looking plaid looking top layer, and then it was like after a jet.
Okay.
So one morning my brother pulls up, drops them all to me right before one of my rec basketball games. So I'm like, oh shoot, like I'm about to play like Mike. And put them on, and my dad used to coach me back then.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So get to the game, put them on, and then I'm like playing at this point with the Jordans on, and I'm at the foul line, and the ref's like, I like your shoes. I look down at him, he's wearing the same shoes. So that was like my earliest memory of Jordans, and that was my very first pair of Jordans. And then since then, like, you know, I wouldn't say obsessed with trying to like get J's, but you know what I mean? Every pair of Jordans I had since then, I bought on my own, or my brother, you know, would help out with that.
Would help, yeah.
Because he was super generous, and you know,
that's dope.
He knew my dad wasn't buying it for me, so he'd look out. You know what I mean? So
that's dope, though. That's dope. So all right, so Jordans obviously was your brand of choice growing up and all that.
If I had my choice, if I had a choice, but like. Sometimes I didn't always have that choice.
Of course, yeah. I mean, we all kind of. I think I fall in that category where like I ain't started really buying kicks until I had a real job. You know what I mean? And like being able to buy whatever. You know what I mean? So, so just in talking about, let's talk about just sneakers. So since you love them, whatever, like describe, man, what it feels like, man, to get a brand new pair of kicks, man.
I mean, at what age, right? Now, or
I guess, now and then even I guess as a kid, it was just elation. Like, you know what I mean?
For sure.
You're the flyest. You know what I mean? You feel like you're fly for a couple of seconds, you know what I mean? Whatever. But like, even now, because like this is your life now, whatever. But like, it's probably regular, but still, what is it? Because I don't think people understand, like, people that love sneakers, like, it's, like I said, it's a culture to it, whatever. Like it's an aesthetic. It's something that it makes you. So how does it make you feel? You know what I mean, when you get a fresh pair of kicks?
I mean, the first pair, like, even take it back to like my high school days. Like, I went to McCaskey City School, and like, image was kind of everything. Like, you know what I mean. I never really fell in. There were certain crowds that you know what I mean that I didn't like affiliate with. Okay, but it was still the you sometimes were still seeking their approval. Okay. You know what I mean? So I felt like I always had like decent shoes, You know what I mean? I always dressed different. You know, I mean, I did wear the 6XTs.
Oh,
and then, like,
man,
my
that was a
year,
nasty era. We was all doing that.
right?
That's crazy.
But then my senior year, I started wearing like extra large.
Yeah. Oh, you went tight on them.
Short, and then which you know what I mean. And
Back then,
I'm 30 pounds less than I am now, but same height. And I got made fun of because I was wearing young ass tees or something. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And
yeah.
I'm like,
yeah.
and looking back, I'm like, that's crazy. But anyway, so like, you know, so basketball season, we get a fresh pair of shoes. We'd all lick them, like,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? We get them out the box, lick the bottoms, like, so, you know, you know, that was getting new shoes during basketball season was definitely like set elation, and you just felt like you were, you know, dope or whatever.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then there was a phase throughout college, man, where like I don't even think I wore Jordans anymore. Like I would just, you know, because you would go to college parties and
you see the aesthetic is different. Like,
right.
I mean,
so
like the fashion is different.
you know, I feel like I switched my whole style up. I didn't really care as much anymore.
Okay.
I was out of the game for a while, for real. Cause
Yeah.
like I didn't really. Back in the day, I used to be able to leave school on a Thursday and go pick up shoes from the sneaker villa that were coming out Saturday. You know what I mean? And you can't do that anymore.
Nah, yeah.
So I lost. You know, somewhere along the way, I lost like caring about like that new sneaker feeling, and then. You know, I don't know. I forget when it came back, but just even now, like, I guess now, you know, when I get a new pair of shoes, it's usually because I need them or I'm trying to match. Not even trying to match. I don't know. It's just
yeah.
Nowadays, I like to smell shoes because that's one of the tests. You know what I mean? For seeing if they're real. And you know, but I don't know. It's
we gonna talk about that. I didn't even know that there was a
I
smell
I don't really know how I feel about new sneakers anymore. It's weird. I don't really like. I haven't bought myself new sneakers in a while. Specifically for me, I have shoes that are my size.
Yes, of course.
And I want them, but I'm like, I should probably not keep these for myself. So
right. That's cool, man.
It's a love-hate thing.
That's cool. So, but like, yo, let's talk about like just the evolution of sneaker culture. Cause there was a time when you could literally go into the store and buy whatever you wanted, whenever you wanted, right? Then I think it was I'll say in probably these other eras are kind of close together. But then there was the wait in line era. You know what I mean? Like you would try to camp out and like that, and people would. That's when like you would hear stories about people in the malls fighting and getting crazy. You know what I mean, over some Jordans and whatever.
Yeah.
Then it was the Raffles became, you know what I mean, more of a thing, whatever. And then now post pandemic, right? You had the Raffles, but now it's like the digital Raffles, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And that because now you're competing with bots.
Right.
Because I used to get like like when you could put your ticket in the hand ticket at Park City, whatever, House of Hoops. Like I was successful. I would hit. You know what I mean, on the things I wanted. Now it's like, I have not hit on a raffle like
sounds like all our stories.
Okay. Even for the people that are like on the inside, like I feel like or there's no inside.
I'm not on the inside. There's people on the inside, but it's not me for sure.
Yeah.
I wish. I mean, if you want me to, if you want to work out a deal,
right.
You know what I'm saying?
No, but like you know what I mean, it isn't like it's crazy. Like when did sneakers like rise so much in value? Like, I mean, when do you notice like that change occurred? Like,
I mean, so the I want to say like the historic rise was after The Last Dance came out on Netflix, the documentary.
Okay.
Well, it wasn't on Netflix first. It was on
it was I think it was like was it like
ESPN?
It might have been.
All right. But so after that is when the sneaker prices officially rose, and I believe that was during COVID, right?
Yeah.
So it was just a perfect time, like with the money that was the government money, the PUA money, the unemployment money, the stimmies.
Yeah, the stimmies. Yeah.
That combined with The Last Dance. I mean, if you had a sneaker store 2020, before 2020, or through 2020, 2021, like you made $1 million that year.
Wow.
Yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Yeah, it was.
That's crazy. So The Last Dance.
The Last Dance caused a lot of the Jordans specifically to skyrocket.
What? Oh, well, yeah, because I guess like people just, I gotta have this, and it became like collectors items,
right?
And I guess that always was a thing. Like there were always
there were always collectors, but I don't know why. Like I don't know why, because it's not like there was a scarcity of the items. It just made people. It was just nostalgic, I guess.
Okay.
And yeah, man, that thing really blew up, man.
Yeah.
It really blew sneakers up.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But other than that, I'm trying to think what other events caused
milestones or something.
Sneakers to really rise. I mean,
was it like was it rappers? Was it like?
I mean,
was it Yeezy's effect?
Was it Yeezy's?
Like just like even when he was on Nike and stuff like that. I remember when he had like the drops, everybody would go crazy. Like,
right. I mean, those, his Nike drops. I'll be honest, like I wasn't even in the sneaker game when those Nike drops. Like I didn't know. Like I had a friend who was, who had the Yeezys and like had like collectors. He had like one pair that he wore to Grammys or something. But yeah, like those were just super rare. You know what I mean? Like that's why they were expensive. Okay. Which made sense. You know what I mean? But for like the Yeezys that he comes up with every weekend now, like you can tell the prices have super declined like drastically.
Oh, they have?
Yeah. The market's really kind of down on sneakers.
Oh,
yeah. So I mean, but there's still some that are pretty high, but it's just depending on like I said, the scarcity or
Yeah. All right. So do you think you said the market's down? Is it because like the companies are now producing more, or because I think in my head I would love to buy retail like I used to, and so I'm wondering, is it? And my thought is like, yo, just make more. Like I just want to buy them. I just want to go to the store and buy them.
Yeah, you would think. So why is the sneaker market down? That's a good question. I don't know if it's I wouldn't say, is it unemployment? Because it's like whenever you go to a Chipotle, they're always short staffed.
Yo, I just went to like Applebee's, bro, and like all the tables were like, I went with my son, so like all the tables are empty, but then we still had to wait 30 minutes, whatever, and they like, oh, we're short staffed, and it's like, yo. Like, I don't mind having to wait if I see a lot of people in there, but like I'm just like, yo, bro, what am I waiting for? But yeah, like that's. So dang.
So I don't know if it's the a semi-recession going on.
Okay.
I don't know if there's too many drops. I mean, realistically, like people don't have enough money to buy all the sneakers that they're coming out with right now.
Yeah.
So I think that has a play. Obviously, simple supply and demand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's too much supply. Too frequently, at least.
Yes.
That there's too many sneakers.
Too many sneakers right now. Yeah. Okay, the market is flooded a little bit. You feel like?
For sure.
Okay. That's interesting. So, like I don't know. Like I said, I wish we could get back to that retail era, but like I just felt like too. Then even before like the digital raffles and stuff like that, like it just became like in certain instances you would have. It was like predatory. Like I mean, like you would have these guys that were just like they were able to go to all the different sneaker stores and then buy them all up, whatever. Like I guess that's like how sneaker reselling first started. But like, first it started with just collecting and then just selling like rare sneakers, right? But then you started getting these people trying to make a quick buck. And then I guess then it evolved and then it became like more legit. I mean, like, and I guess that's kind of where we're at right now, right? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, Legit, yeah. Why? I didn't. Did I do it?
No, I'm doing that.
Okay. Why you say that?
Man,
Let's talk about it.
So you're talking about the digital raffles and stuff.
Yes.
They're rigged.
They are.
They can be rigged.
Well, are you talking about bots or nah?
So a lot of stores do, and you know what I mean, the digital raffles that you call them.
Yeah.
But stores can manipulate the availability on those raffles of pairs, sizes, even the whole shoe itself.
Really?
Yeah.
So, what's the point of rigging them? So the employees can buy them, and then it's like a black market almost like.
So the employees can what they call backdoor them and sell them to whatever deals they make on behind the scenes.
Damn.
It's crazy, man.
That is crazy, whatever.
It's not fair.
It's like cutthroat out there. Then,
yeah, I mean, it's just like, I thought backdooring was always like a myth.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Especially like, it's not happening in Lancaster. It's not happening here. It's too small. Maybe like, the trophy room. I don't know if you heard of the trophy room, like Michael Jordan's son.
Yeah.
When his friends and family Jordan 1s came out, the, what do they call it? Anyway, recently, like last year, his Jordan 1s came out. Like he like backdoored a whole bunch of pairs because he's a retail store, I believe.
Okay.
So yeah, man, there's definitely some manipulation behind the scenes, which caused those raffles to not even be legit anymore, at least locally. Now on sneakers, you're, like the sneakers app.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're competing with, botters and people who, I guess, moms work for Nike, but
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah. Oh, I remember that.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yo.
It's just we give
like,
up.
Yeah, like to what extent do you think that messed up the game? You know what I mean? Like, that's like that was like a drug bust almost. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? And then like the everybody like, dang man, I can't get my supply because the plug got hit. You know what I mean?
I can't even fathom how that even worked. Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
Because it has to start like, the shoes get made, right?
Yep.
Overseas somewhere.
Yep.
Yeah, we ship them here. Someone in shipping department had to.
Yeah.
He didn't do this by himself.
No, definitely.
But his
not.
mom also couldn't do it by herself.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean?
Yeah. Do you think she tried to absolve herself and made it seem like she didn't have access? Like it was like the son had access to those company cards, whatever. But you think she was a part of the scheme?
I mean,
allegedly,
I think so. She probably didn't. I don't want to say condone. She didn't stop it. She knew what was happening. She just didn't stop it because she probably didn't think she was going to get caught.
Yeah,
he was going to get caught.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's a good point. That's a good point.
It.
All right, man. So let's talk about Universole, man. Like, I mean, so we in the store right now, and let's talk about kind of like your journey, man. Like to even get something like this, like off the ground, man. So like, talk about like kind of growing up and like like have you. Like, where does that business set, like the business savvy? Because I think like you've had other ventures, like little hustles, I mean, whatever. Like, so kind of talk, like, kind of backtrack, man. Like, where'd that spirit come from? I mean, that entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, man. How much time you got?
I however much you,
Yeah. So let's see. I'm trying to think back to my earliest memory. I'm sorry, I got distracted by.
Oh, the game.
Odell Beckham was number 3 for the Rams, but
he's not. I think he don't play. He was like about to go to the Saints, whatever.
Was he?
Yeah, he was about.
He's a free agent for sure.
Yeah, he's not. He's still kind of like rehabbing that ACL.
Wow, because he was at the Rams like that season opener, I thought. Okay, so where do I begin? My entrepreneurial.
Yeah, that spirit, man. Where you get that? Where you get that hustle from, man? Cause I wonder too, because you seem like a pretty straight laced guy. Like a lot of times people like they something like this. I just think of like maybe they were hustling something they weren't supposed to hustle. You know what I mean? And then they found a way, whatever. But like I don't know. I don't know how you necessarily grew up because like I mean I'm just curious. Like
yeah, man. So. Like I said, my brother, he bought me my first pair of Jordans. My dad would never buy me a pair of Jordans.
Still mad at him.
You know what I mean? So at a very early age, I realized that, in order to get things I want, I had to get them myself. Or I had to, hopefully my brother got them for me.
Okay.
I grew up with my dad.
Yes.
He was former military, Air Force.
Okay.
Firefighter growing up, pretty straight laced. But my mom's side, you know what I mean? Not so, did some illegal things for income.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Hey,
so
it's a part of it. You know what I mean?
And I never went that route because I live with my dad. But I'm sure early on I would have, too, been in that lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I had an older brother who, they hustled. You know what I mean? It was just, but that's, they got me what I needed. You know what I mean?
They didn't ask no questions.
Right.
Yeah,
so I didn't ask questions, but so I'm trying to think here. I do have a business degree.
Okay.
I have a business degree in business management.
Okay. So, all right. So you got some tutelage there.
Right. And then, so I always knew, actually, when I went to college, I was like, I don't know what I want to do, but like, I want to dress nice to work in suits. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I actually, so I got in trouble my senior year of high school.
Okay. Okay.
I got in trouble with some friends and family. So I actually have a felony.
Oh.
Yeah, I have a
Oh.
felony on my record. So,
Okay. Okay.
which it didn't really affect me. You know what I mean? Early on, I didn't realize. They would, people talk like your life is ruined. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it didn't really. I got to college and I was getting jobs. I was, you know what I mean? I was like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean?
Is it because you think it's because they were low stakes jobs? Is that at the time? Like,
well, yes and no.
okay.
Right?
Okay. Okay.
So what I didn't realize is
It doesn't go away.
it didn't they were low stakes. You know what? That's right. They were low stakes jobs. That's probably why.
Yeah.
Because as soon as I graduated, I had like a job right away. As soon as I graduated college.
Okay. Okay.
As a manager in training for a Hollister company.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah.
Hollister.
Yeah.
And then literally, so I did this interview, and stop me from talking too much, right?
Nah, you're
So,
good, man.
so I interviewed. So I went to
Cooking.
school out in IUP, Indiana, PA.
Okay. Yep.
And so I interviewed for a job in Pittsburgh,
Okay.
and did an interview with the district manager. Super dope. She liked me, hired me like on the spot essentially. So I was to start at a store out there.
Okay.
But then I was like, you know what? Like I want to be closer to home.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And so I reached out and I was like, hey, do you have anything closer to like King of Prussia area? Like, and they're like, yeah, like, so I met with the district manager over here, met with her on a Monday,
Okay.
reached out to me like the next day. So this was actually after I graduated. This was the summer of the year I graduated,
Okay.
which was 2011. So I met with her on a Monday, offered me the job Tuesday. I told her I need time to think. I accepted the job Wednesday.
Yeah.
Was supposed to start the next Monday, and I was coming home that Friday. Then she reached out to me. He was like, Friday or Thursday. It was like, hey, Leander, like, so your background check came back with some red flags on it. Like, do you want us to do you want me to resubmit it? Like, could it be wrong? And I was like, no, like, I didn't think it was going to affect me. Like, you know what I mean? I didn't think it was going to,
Okay.
you know what I mean? And that was the beginning of like multiple job opportunities that I lost because of my background.
Yeah. Yeah.
So that's when it was really, started to take a toll on me mentally because, you know what I mean? To me, I was this changed man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're not a bad, because you might have made a mistake, but you're not a bad person.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
I don't think I was a bad person.
Yeah.
Something happened when I was like a teenager. You know what I mean? I'm now 22 years old, and now it's really affecting my life. You know what I mean? And I had a kid at this point, right?
Yeah.
So I ended up moving back home, and I worked for like retail. I worked like retail, cellular sales.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay.
And I just knew, if you ask anybody, they're like, oh, Leander had all these jobs, you know what I mean? But they don't know. They don't know why I had all these jobs.
Okay.
It's because, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I couldn't utilize my degree because of my background.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I've been bartending, cellular sales, retail, factories. You know what I mean?
Yep.
And it's just, I always knew this wasn't my life. Like this wasn't the life for me.
That's not what you want.
This is not what I envisioned for myself.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like I'm educated. Like I
Yeah.
have a degree. Like I should be. So, yeah, man. It's just over years of just realizing that, like, I'm not meant to be clocking in. I'm not meant to be, working for someone else. I'm not meant to be answering to other people. You know what I mean? It just made me really push me to be an entrepreneur and say like I have to make this work for myself because I'm not going to get to where I might not ever be able to, you know what I mean, have a normal job.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
So it was my dad. Like I told you, my dad's a firefighter, right?
Yep.
And every 2 years they like hire new firefighters. You have to go through like the hiring process.
Were you about to be part of the
right? So
department?
My dad. I feel like my dad. I don't know if he really wanted me to be one, but my stepbrother's a firefighter. My dad's a firefighter.
Okay.
And so it was like maybe you should do this. It's a great career. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Great schedule, great benefits. Like you know what I mean. Salary's good. So it was like 4 years ago. I did it, made it to like the second round. I made it to the third round.
Okay.
But they only hired like 10, and I was like number like 19 on the list, so I didn't make it. And then 2 last year, they did it, and this was in the summer. It started like April and summer. Got to the second round, which is it's a written test, then it's an interview, like an oral board interview, and then it's the physical test is the third portion.
Okay.
So I got to the interview, and it was literally like almost the same exact questions as they asked 2 years ago. Get them the interview, and then they post the results later, and it's like I failed it. I was like, how did I fail? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that was just for me. That was the last straw where I was like, you know what, I'm done. Like I got to figure out.
And that was just a year ago.
That was last summer. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So I did have another business started at that point.
Okay.
But like I said, with the firefighter schedule, so sweet. You work 4 days on, 4 days off. Every firefighter has another trade or job because they have so much free time.
Yeah.
So, you know what I mean? I was trying to do the same thing. Like,
Is that when you was doing the tattoos?
Yeah, the scalp micropigmentation. Yeah.
That's
so
dope. That's dope.
royalty S&P.
Yeah.
Scalp micropigmentation.
Yeah, plug that.
Shameless plug. You know what I mean? Hit me up. But so that's when I was like, you know what? Yeah, I gotta figure something out for myself. And
wow,
yeah, man,
that's good, man. I mean, but it's crazy because like I think sometimes too, like if we talk about young people, they might think things are over or like it's too late to do something, whatever. But like, nah, you just gotta keep grinding, whatever, and you gotta kind of find what you want. You know what I mean? And sometimes the circumstances and life experiences that push you in certain directions, you know what I'm saying? And I guess that's what happened with you. So that's dope. So how do you get something like this off the ground? Like, how did you get Universole off the ground, man?
How did I get Universole off the ground?
Yeah, because this is like prime. If y'all don't know, man, this is prime time location, man. This is downtown Lancaster. Like, it's right in the one of the busiest parts of the city.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful location, brand new renovated building.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a lot of like big things that you accomplished, man, in a short amount of time, just in a year. Like, how'd you get something like this?
So with this location specifically, so I told you I have the other business, right?
Okay.
It's a little bit outside the city, but it happened. So the real estate or the property management company that leases out this space was my same property management company that I dealt with my other space.
Okay.
So, when we were looking for locations, because at this point it was just like not a dream. It was just talks. You know what I mean? It was just talks between my brother and I.
Just shooting
what I mean?
shit, like
you know what I mean? And then
be dope, yo.
Be dope. You know what I mean? He was trying to work where he was working, and I was definitely trying to get into multiple additional businesses.
Yeah.
So, like I said, this company that has this space was the same company in my other business, and I had a flood in my office in my other business, right?
Oh,
last summer. So,
damn.
And it was supposed to be like 2 weeks renovation. Then it turned into 30 days, and it was like 2 months. So then I was like I was out of work for like 2.5 months.
Okay.
So I think they felt super bad.
Yeah.
So when I reached out about, this new venture and this location, they were like super accommodating. And the space that we have now actually wasn't even on the market yet.
Really?
Yeah. So it just showed
got an unlisted.
Right. It's just to go to show like who you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, so they were,
that's dope.
I kind of leveraged that.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
man. You know what I mean? Like I stuck with you guys through all this problems over here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they were, they heard us out and they liked the concept.
Yeah.
And it was just from there, how do we get sneakers in the store?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. And that's probably that's what I guess we can kind of get into that now. So yeah, man, like, all right, you're a sneaker reseller, you know what I mean? So like, do you sell anything in here retail? Like, I want to make money, Los. Like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? Like,
so, do we sell anything in here retail? Yes.
Yes.
If it's been in here way too long.
Okay.
And it's not moving.
Okay.
So we do drop some things down to the original retail price if we got them for retail.
Okay.
That's the caveat.
Okay.
If we got them for retail.
Okay. So how do you get your inventory then? Like, what are you doing? Are you going to conventions? Are you looking up, the sneaker StockX and GOAT and all that, which I guess we'll talk about that a little bit too. But, how do you get inventory to fill up a store like this? You know what I mean?
Right. So we own everything in here, right?
Okay.
So we're just like you or any regular person who's trying to get a pair of sneakers when it drops on Nike. You know what I mean? At 10 a.m., we're on our phones trying to hit as many things as we can for retail.
Yeah.
It never works.
It never works?
Never works.
Never works. Okay.
So our second option is resellers. So say, you are lucky enough to win that raffle, pick up your sneakers on Saturday, you bring them to us, and you charge us the high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
for whatever, you charge us whatever market is, whatever the apps that we'll talk about later, determine market is.
Yeah.
And then we determine, what we feel like we can sell that for here in the store.
Okay.
Because it's, convenient for the customer, because it's, right there in hand, because it's already been authenticated by us. You know what I mean? And then, we buy it and turn around and market up even more.
Yeah. So, how would you say your prices compared to other brick and mortar resellers?
Locally or
locally and I guess even in the state.
So it depends. It's all about location, really. Like I've been in stores where they charge. You wonder how they sell anything in those stores. Because the prices are astronomical. But I guess just the location. But we definitely, our prices are definitely better than a lot of resale stores.
Okay.
For sure. Because we own a lot of products, we can price them as high as we want, as low as we want. We can discount as much as we want. You know what I mean?
Well, you said that multiple times, like you own everything. Are there resellers that don't own the products?
Yeah, so there's a lot of consignment stores.
Oh,
right.
This is not a consignment store.
No.
Okay.
When we started off, we did consignment.
Okay.
To get pairs in the store.
Yeah.
But we're not consignment.
Okay.
For sneakers,
Okay. All right. So let's talk about stock. We just talked about some of these apps. We brought them up. So StockX, Go, whatever. Is that your competition, or do you use it more so as a resource to gauge the market now?
Right. Yeah. Okay. So unfortunately, they aren't. We don't consider them competition, but every person who walks in the store thinks that's our competition.
Okay.
You know what I mean? As soon as they look at a price, well, on StockX is this. Well, buy it on StockX. You know what I mean?
Why'd you go?
Right. You know what I mean? We're not StockX. We're not ever claiming to be StockX or competing with them.
Yeah.
But StockX is used pretty universally to determine the market for a pair of sneakers.
Okay.
It's sad to say, but that's just what it is.
Yeah.
And we price our stuff accordingly and buy our products accordingly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, and recently too, it's obviously in this resale world, man. There is controversy. You know what I'm saying? Because it's are you selling authenticated sneakers? Are you selling real sneakers? And then even StockX, people I never had an issue with StockX, but obviously some people have. And right. Is that a real thing? Are they selling? How are they selling fake sneakers on even sites like that that are supposed to be reputable? You know what I mean?
Right. That's a good question.
Or is that a rumor? Or is that
right? I mean, we capitalized on it because people weren't messing with StockX anymore. So, you know what I mean? We were like, well, you come to us because we're guaranteeing they're real. We're authenticating for you. So people are like, yeah, I heard StockX selling fakes, man. I'm not buying off them anymore. Like, oh, that's too bad. Well, here, we got them here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't know if it's poor training.
Okay.
In StockX. I don't know if the turnaround due to COVID, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There was just, like I said, poor training or just not enough employees or not enough time to properly look at sneakers, or it's just the fakes that good. Are the fakes just that good? I don't know. I think that it could be a combination of the three.
Okay.
Or three or even more reasons, but yeah, man, I think we.
So how do you ensure that, or how can you tell a good fake, you know what I mean, a real one from a fake, and how close do these fakes get to being real?
Yeah, so I mean, to someone,
what's the difference?
To someone who has no idea, a lot of fakes, they wouldn't even matter. They wouldn't even know.
Okay.
And some people don't even care.
They don't care.
I mean, I know people purposely buying fakes because they're cheaper. You know who you are.
Those variants.
Right. But no, so there's different ways to determine if they're real or fake. There's different tests you can do.
Okay.
So we mentioned smelling them earlier.
Yeah. What's that? What kind of smell is it?
Right. So in these factories where they produce, these fakes, there's like a glue scent.
Oh.
That you wouldn't normally get from, the retail, like the Foot Locker release.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's a certain scent that doesn't smell right. There's we do blacklight tests.
Okay.
For what we call ghost stitching.
Oh.
I don't know. You can see it's one of our videos on our page.
Yeah,
you can
definitely.
See. So if you use a black light, you go over the sneaker. And you'll see like this stitch. You'll see marks. You'll see these. Only comes on the black light, but it'll be like the remnants of stitching of where these factories were supposed to put the Nike sign, or where the Nike sign, was gonna be.
What?
And so you'll see those on some fakes. You'll see stamps on boxes that shouldn't be there. They're like usually like an Asian symbol or something, or some symbol. So we've seen we've done all those tests here in the store. We've seen shoes that failed all of those tests.
Yeah.
And then there's also apps like that you can send a bunch of pictures of your shoes and the boxes, and they can help out as well.
Oh,
yeah.
Wow.
So usually if it's something that we can't determine using all those tests or those resources, then sometimes we pass on it just because if we're unsure, we don't want to sell an unsure product to a customer. So we just pass on things like.
So, all right, have you ever had any, like, I guess even in the short times, any horror stories or any time where like somebody tried to trade in a sneaker, it didn't come out to be authenticated, and then things went left maybe,
So we did have a fake pair come in, and I wouldn't say went left, but it was a guy who, we don't see frequently, but he's been in the store before.
Okay.
And, he's, he was the first time he was in the store, he was trading like a pair of older retros for something that just came out at the time. And he didn't have a box or anything, but they checked out as good. So I felt like he initiated that to try to build some type of rapport.
Okay.
Because then the next time he came in, he had some straight fugazi, like
for real,
like straight fake Jones, like failed every test, black light test, the box test, the shoe color test, the smell test, failed it all, right? Damn. And he put on the Oscar for not knowing his shoes were fake.
Oh, okay.
Like, oh man, nah, are you serious? Like, yo, like
you could just tell
my man was an Academy Award goes to, like, and then my brother, like, he's over there cracking up, and I'm like trying to be serious with the dude, like, let him know, like, yeah, man, he's like, here's why, like, my brother just cracking up because how fake these shoes are, but how the dude's trying to sell that he didn't know they were fake. Yeah. So every time he would hit us up, like, nah, we good. Like, you're Jones. You just ruined, like, every time. Yeah. Yeah. All your
so if somebody comes in and they, have a fake whatever, do they get kind of like put on the wall where it's like, nah, we don't fuck with this. Like,
nah.
Or it's like, once a faker, always a faker,
right.
or like you give them a chance.
I mean, you try to give people the benefit of the doubt, right? But like, so. Some people that we've told they have fake shoes, it's usually they'll have like one pair. You try not to judge somebody, right, when they come to the store. Okay. So like, obviously our windows are, so you can see people that are coming in. If they're coming in with a shoebox, clearly they're coming to sell. If they're coming whatever, then they'd be coming to buy. If they're coming with a book bag on, they're about to pull a pair of sneakers out the book bag without a box. I'm just like, all right. What are these people about to pull out? And it's usually they'll usually have this one pair. Yeah. I don't know if these are real, or I don't remember where I got these, but I'm trying to sell it. You know what I mean? It's always seems to be a reoccurring theme with like these fakes. Yeah. And how so But yeah, we never had anybody like who's like a reoccurring try to just keep selling fakes or anything like that. So we give people the benefit of the doubt, you know what I mean? But there's some people that I haven't seen back since they've tried to sell some fakes.
Okay. So what, like, so I guess in terms of like, what's like what are some of the products that you actually have? Like, I guess, and what are some of your biggest sellers? I mean, right now.
So I mean, we have everything from Adidas,
Adidas.
We have Yeezys.
Yes.
All the slides.
Okay.
The foam runners, the 350s, not all of them, but we have some of the more popular
I see some
or
dunks.
the more recent. We have dunks, which are heavy.
Yes.
Big seller for us right now.
Yeah.
Then we go everywhere from like Jordan lows to mids, Jordan 1s, 3s, 4s, 5s, 6s, all the way up to 13s right now. And it's crazy because right now, like Jordans, people aren't buying Jordans, man.
Really? They want dunks.
Is
it because they're like a kind of like a lower price point?
The dunks?
Yeah, or is it just style? Like people are just feeling the style right now.
I think it's just the style. I think it's whatever TikTokers are wearing or freaking influencers. Okay. You know what I mean? Because we get people in here like, we had like a young girl with her mom in here, and she wants a pair of Jordan 1 mids because she saw some girl on TikTok wearing them. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or but yeah, like the market on Jordans, the retro specifically, like it's crazy how down they are. But like the dunks are what everyone's after, what all the resellers are after. You know what I mean? What are priced highest right now? Some of them. So it's a different game right now. It's crazy.
Do you feel like we're in a state right now in terms of sneakers? Do you feel like we're in a state of like uniformity right now? Because I remember like 2015, 2016 when LeBron still was dropping like hot one, like people still like, like I think from like, like 9 to maybe 12s, whatever, you know what I mean? Or like when Kyrie's first came out, KD's was dropping some hot one. I felt like, and even they was like retroing some of those older basketball sneakers, you know what I mean? Like, and I felt like it was like a little bit more individuality in like that little bit of time period. But like, I feel like now, it's like, do you feel like we're in a state of uniformity? Like everybody's just wearing the same sneakers? Like,
oh yeah, I mean,
like there's no variety. Like
there's nobody is themselves.
Yeah, nobody's like taking a chance because a sneakerhead can wear anything and make it look all right. Like right? Like essentially.
I mean, so
like people aren't buying, like they're not even checking for like Bojacks. Like I'm not saying that
right,
they
like
even drop them anymore.
Like foam posits.
Yeah, foam. Yeah.
You see any in here?
No, I actually I don't.
No, we don't sell foam posits. If you bring them to us, we turn you away. Like they just don't sell.
Oh, they don't sell.
But like, how many years ago? Like, that's all that people wanted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's definitely uniformity. Like people, I guess, are seeing other people doing it. For what they're wearing, and they just want to look like them. Like the world is very, people are very unique. Like, and people are being themselves. But I feel like with the sneakers, at least like the people who are buying all the same shoes, like they're not real sneaker.
Okay.
They're not real sneakerheads. Or
yeah.
You know what I mean? They're just people who
following the trend.
Following the trend.
And it's crazy because essentially like those people drive up the market to make it harder for whatever they're making these shoes rare, I guess, almost. Like,
but I mean, I can't be mad because those are people who are buying.
Exactly. Nah, and I'm not obviously not trying to like undercut you or nothing. It's just funny, like you realize that whatever. But
it's just crazy. And some people that come in here and you're like, this is what you want to buy, like some of the, I mean, like you would never think. You know what I mean? So
That's cool. All right. Before we wrap this up, man, I mean, like, what does this, like, just having this establishment, man, what impact does it, I guess, what does this store mean to you? Like, I mean, just being able to have something like this, and then again, like, what impact do you think it's had locally so far? You know what I mean?
Okay. So
like, is this just the beginning? Like, or is this like, this I made it? You know what I mean? Like,
oh, definitely, this is not I made it. You know what I mean? This is just the start of what could be. You know what I mean?
Okay.
but no, every day, you walk in every day, like when I leave and lock up, like I always look back and I'm just like, wow,
Yeah.
I have a sneaker store. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. I don't know. What does it mean to me?
It's dope though. You got
I
the
mean,
artwork.
it's definitely like my baby. You know what I mean? Like,
Okay.
we talks like if we ever open a new store, like this would be like
It's
the
dope.
new stores probably wouldn't ever look like this one, but this would
Okay.
be like the original.
The
You know
OG,
what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
the OG, yeah.
you know what I mean? You would evolve and like things would, things that we did wrong in this one, we would, fix in the new ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just, it's always, this store means to me like what, if you put your mind to something,
Okay.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
What
yeah.
you could accomplish. The store tells me, it means to me like, never give up on yourself. You know
Okay.
what I mean? Never settle. It's just, you know what I mean? It's just,
Yeah,
it's
that's
just to me, it's just like, you know what I mean? It's just, it, I don't know. Yeah. Like I said, a year ago where, I felt like I exhausted all my options for jobs. Just, you know what I mean? And I just never gave up and just kept, you know what I mean, trying to find what I was good at.
Yeah.
So that's what the store means to me. But like, what was the second part of that question?
Like the impact, like how, like
The impact. So again, it's the first store like this in downtown Lancaster. You know what I mean? So people come in, yo, man, down like Lancaster need a store like this. Now, granted, there are other, resale stores in Lancaster.
Yes.
But, it's not the same. It's not the, we try to be a lot more personal with our customers.
Okay.
Because, we are from Lancaster, people, there are tourists that come here who, there are people who come from, you know what I mean, near and far who may not buy anything, but like, we still build connections with them and, we don't really care if they only buy something. You know what I mean? We're trying we care more about them than just if they buy from us, you know what I mean?
Okay.
And there's always every day someone new walks in who didn't know we existed.
Yeah.
Which is definitely I always like that feeling because it's like, okay, we're still growing. You know what I mean? We haven't reached our pinnacle. We, there's still people that we haven't touched, and every time one new person finds out at the store, how many people do they tell? And then how many people do they? So, yeah, man, this is definitely something that Lancaster needed, and
that's dope.
I think the impact that we've had on kids who we provided jobs for local kids.
Okay.
I tried to do, I went to a local high school, so I tried to employ kids who went to my high school, to keep them out of trouble.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? After school, if they're not in like extracurricular activities or anything like that.
Yeah.
And then our prices are we've helped people out save hundreds of dollars because they're our prices are a little bit more affordable than some other places.
The next one. Okay, that's good, man. That's dope, man. That's dope. I'm glad you invited me out here, man, and we was able to kind of get this done, sure. Man. All right, man. So I guess before we go, right before we go, just general stuff, man. I see you got an Eagles hat on, man. Like how you feel, Bird Gang. How you feel about the Birds this year, man?
They're looking good, man. They're looking good.
What's up? Like, I mean, is this the dream team like that they were supposed to be? Like, remember when Vince Young said that and he kind of sabotaged y'all with that? Remember when he said, "Oh, we got the dream team," and then y'all was ass.
Yeah, Vince Young. Yeah. No, I'm not gonna say dream team, but I mean they are seeming to click on all cylinders right now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, all three phases of the game.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's exciting to watch for sure. Especially with the doubts of Jalen Hurts.
Yes.
Being maybe a franchise quarterback or a quarterback in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's nice to see them clicking. I mean, people are gonna say they have a weak schedule this year, but I mean, at the end of the day, they're all professionals.
Yeah. You gotta play what's in front of you.
Right. The Chiefs lost today. The Bucks are losing right now.
Yes,
you know
I mean? Well, not by much.
Not by much, but I'm saying like the Dolphins. I mean, they're undefeated. Like, so the Eagles are very exciting right now.
That's good,
and hopefully we can keep rolling.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So, Yo, man, do you have anything to plug? Anything? Where can people find you on social media, man?
Yeah, so we are at Universole Lancaster on Instagram. Our website is www.universolancaster.com. What other social media are we on? Can't remember. Facebook, we're not on Facebook anymore. We keep getting our page taken down. I don't know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I gave up on Facebook.
What?
Yeah, man. It was after like page number 3, I was like, I'm done.
Okay.
So yeah, right now, Instagram, our website. We do have a YouTube channel.
Yes.
It's not doing nothing right now. I ain't gonna lie, but it is Universole Lancaster as well.
Okay.
There are some cool videos up right now, but we haven't really been really up on that as we should, but we hope to in the future. Maybe we can collab with you on some videos.
Yay, I'm looking forward to it.
And then man, if you're watching this video, come check out the store. Use code 280 plus for $25 off your purchase.
Oh,
yeah,
official.
Yeah, for sure. If you're in store, just mention that you saw some on the page here. We'll take care of you. But yeah, man, come check us out, man. We're located downtown Lancaster, 101 North Queen Street, Suite 99, right next to Starbucks. You can't miss it. But yeah.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Yo, LT, man, I'm glad to have you, man.
Yeah, man, appreciate you.
Yeah, man, appreciate you. And hey, yo, if y'all still watching, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Come to Universole, man.
Yeah.
I mean, he got a real nice collection here. Real dope, real good aesthetic. And yo, this is another episode of 280 Plus Podcast, y'all. We out.